Hi guys, so today I have some fun new items from LDRSCreative from their new January collection to share with you guys. I'll show you a few items and then we're going to make a card. So these items were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So as part of the new January release, LDRSCreative on their site, so I know a lot of times people associate them with HSM, but this is on the LDRSCreative site. Of course, like I said, the links will be there in the description box. They've designed these strip background, like background strips, I guess is what it says, dies, and these are slimline size. So these are 1/8 inch wide, a 1/4 inch wide, a 1/2 inch wide, and then these are 1/2 inch stitched. So if you can see, these have the little stitch lines where these are plain strips here. And I think I measured them previously, but I'll measure them again. Roughly 8 1/4 inches. It looks like in the actual cut of those. But I will try these out in a video coming up. For right now, I just want to show you that we have this size, but they also have the A2 size, and that's probably what I'll be using today. I think I'm going to use this stitched one along with some of these here. So there are individual items, but I just want to show them to you because they're kind of in the family of similar items here. Again, here we have the 1/8 inch strips, the 1/4 inch strips, and the 1/2 inch strips. And these are the stitched one. There are also 1/2 inch strips, and they are 5 inches, guys. Sorry for the harsh edit. I don't know where I was, but I just want to, I think I said 5 1/4, didn't I? I'm sorry, it's 5 1/2 on this one. Okay, so 8 1/4 on this one, 5 1/2 on these. All right, back to whatever I was saying. And then, of course, you know, as wide as the packaging says there. So I'll use that one today, I believe. Let me put these to the side for now. And then I'm going to try out these. So she has Never Stop Dreaming stamp set. And then you can pick up the coordinating dies. They are sold separately. Photopolymer stamps. And as you can see, the little boy, he just kind of has little eyes closed. And so is the little owl here. Look how sweet. The little girl looking through her little telescope there with the little moon, Never Stop Dreaming. There's like some little movement lines. We have Hearing From You Sends Me Over the Moon, the little stars, your little hook. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? You Are a Shining Star, and then the little constellations. And on the back it has, you know, kind of colored in there. And then we have the dies here, again, that coordinate with the set if that's something you're interested in picking up. So what I'm going to do today, I think I'm going to do a shaker. Kind of the idea I was thinking, with the moon cut out for the shaker part. So I'm going to use the die from the moon, and we're going to make our little character, our little guy there, and we'll use one of the sentiments, and we'll have him holding the little I don't know if you're gonna call it a fishing rod or a little rod or however, but how cute. Look at the little hook. It's just adorable. And he'll be grabbing a little star, I think, on that one. And I think I'm going to go A2 size for sure. And what I'm going to do is cut down, I selected some papers because I want it to look like kind of like pajamas, kind of a feel, you know. So I went with like a very light yellow and gray. I think light yellow and blue would be nice, or blue and gray, whatever colors you like for pajamas. But I thought this was very kind of baby, kind of sleepy. I don't know. So I'm going to cut these guys from these pieces. I'm going to cut them out since they're 1/2 inch strips and they're 5 inches tall. Let's see, that's 1.5 inches worth here, right? And we do that twice, that's 3 inches. 4. So I'll play with that as far as how many times I want to cut, but what I'm going to do is run this guy through. Oh, sorry. Probably twice on each color, just so I have enough strips for what I want to do. So I'm going to run this through, and I'll run it through again, and I'll do the same thing with the yellow, and then I'll come right back. I just want to show you how cute and pretty they just cut out. Look at that, just perfectly lined up by each other. I'll get them off of here. They're really, really etched into there. Look at that. Okay, I'll be back, guys. So I have my strips here. And I'm glad I remeasured that because I was like 5 1/4 and then they're 5 1/2. So sorry for the rough edit there for you guys. But so what I did was I just cut a card front. So this is a standard A2 size card. It's ready to go. But since I want to make it into a shaker and things like that, I think I'm going to put these strips on here first, and then we'll cut our little moon into it and all that. So I'm just, this is same 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. I might trim it down a little bit at the end. We will see. But I made it a little bit shorter than 5 1/2 just so that I can kind of have that on there and let it get covered up in the background. And let me see how I want to do this. If I want to go yellow, black, or if I want to start in the center and go out. I'm not sure. I haven't judged any of that yet. How cute are these? Love that. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll start in the center and then go out. And then these guys will probably be trimmed down on the edge because these are 1/2-inch strips. So, you know, if you want 4 1/4, we're going to end up taking a little bit off somewhere. So something like that. Right? Okay. So I'm just going to glue these down one after the other. And I'm just going to put this here just to give me an idea of where the center might be. Of course, we can handle that whenever we go to trim it down. Let me clear out this guy. And I'm using craft glue, so it gives me a moment to kind of mess with it if I need to. Give it a little space. So I'm going to put glue. And especially in this area, when I get to the center, I really want to put quite a bit of glue there because I'm going to cut that moon into some part of this area, so I want to make sure that it's not just going to come apart on me. Something like that. Okay, and I'm just, you know, I'm going to go straight over, and then the next one will be the gray, and then another yellow, and I'll just continue adhering these guys next to each other. You can definitely cut these out on like double-sided adhesive paper, you know. So once you trim them out, you can just pop them down if that's what you want to do. But I'm just going to go one after the other, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, I just finished that up. I'm going to let this set up because, of course, we have quite a bit of glue on this. And what I'm going to do to even it out is on either side of the yellow strip, I'm only going to cut off with my guillotine 1/8 of an inch because it takes off 1/8. 1/8, that means it takes off 1/4, right? So it'll be nice and centered still. And that leaves it at 4 1/4. If you want to take a little off the height, or if you want to matte layer it, you know, I mean, you can take some off the height. Again, it's already 5.5 inches tall, so it covers up the whole card front. If you want to bring it down, then you can take a little more off the side, a little off the top, you know, just whatever numbers it is that you like to play with in that situation. The paper I had used actually is the kind of paper that you can color on, so I'm just going to take the last piece that's left over from what I cut down, and I'm going to do our little guy. We're going to stamp him. Maybe we'll stamp both stars just to have them, but I think I'm probably going to use just the one. We'll see. We also want this guy here. And I'm giving them a little space in between just in case for the dies to fit there. And I'll probably just stamp them all at once. Why not? I already placed them on here. Might as well. So I'm going to put that there. These are photopolymer stamps. They do have like a little sticky dispersion layers. If you want to work that off first, you can just kind of clean them off. You can use your stamp pad to rub that off, however it is that you want to get rid of that, or just go for it. A lot of times as you're stamping, it'll just wear away. And I'm going to go ahead and take a hybrid ink. And I'm going to use alcohol ink markers. So I'm just dabbing. Sorry if that shakes the camera at all. I'm going to place that here, and just grabbing my little Stampendable. I always keep this link in the description box, so people ask me about it all the time. They're like, what is that? And I've reviewed it, and it is from LDRSCreative, and I have it linked in the description box for you guys whenever you're wondering about that one. And I'm just gonna, oopsie, ink that up again. I know it shifted on me. Hopefully it didn't shift too much. Alright, I'm going to let that dry completely before I use my alcoholic markers, okay? I'll be back. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and take a minute to color these guys in. I'm just using a neutral color for his little skin tone. So, I like this side better. So I just normally, again, I always start off with whatever the lightest color is. I do light, then I go into dark. And I'll do the same thing for his pajamas, for the little everything. I go into dark here, and then medium, pull some of that in, and then I go back to the light. To be honest, I don't even know that this marker is meant for skin tones, but I like it for skin tones, so that's how I use it. And I'll do the same thing for his little hands, his pajamas, his hair, the little stars, and I will be right back. So I have my little characters. We have this guy. What I'm going to do is just kind of think about where I want to place my little moon for the shaker, and then where our little character will be. So this is going to be something like in here, and then we'll have him kind of hanging out on there with his little pole. So cute. I think I'm even going to put it a little bit to the side so he has room to just chill there, and then he has his little pole. So I think I'm going to cut it like somewhere here. But you know what? I'll wait on that until we see exactly his sizing and everything. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just take my dies and just eyeball through there and cut them out. So this little guy and all the other bits here. And I'll be right back. As I'm working, I just want to show you for the rod. I just ran this through, you know, just place it on a scrap piece of paper and leave it hinged so that you can see exactly where you're cutting. Although there are little registration marks so you can see what you're doing, it's much nicer when you have something like this, because then you just look through and you have a really good idea of what you're cutting or where you're cutting. And then you can pop this back over, making sure that your die is definitely in the grooves that it was in to begin with. And just tape it down. I'll put a little other tape over here so this doesn't move, and run it through. Look at that. It's a great trick. Okay guys, so this is essentially our card front. Not quite yet, but we will put that down in a minute. We have our little crescent moon, and if we have him just kind of chilling there, so cute. I want to give him room to hold the little rod and catch a little star. Maybe we'll have this little guy smiling up there. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. So we'll put that there. I'm just going to tape this, and I'm going to run this card front through so I have this spot that'll be an aperture for us. Okay, so we have this little guy, and I always do that. I should take the tape off before I come back, but there it is. So we have our opening, and what we're going to do here is I'm just going to take a piece of acetate. I think it's really big enough, possibly, to cover that area right there. And so I'm just going to trim this down and glue this down, okay? So trim this so I can fit it here, just a square, and glue it down. I'm placing the glue right close to that aperture there, and then whatever else I might need for the square itself. But you just want to get that right on there. Okay, I'm going to let that set up, and I'm also going to frame this out with some foam tape so we have it all ready to go while I'm waiting for that to set up. And so just, you know, I'm just going to frame this out. Now, if you want the glitter to be inside the whole thing, you can just frame the whole thing and then just let the glitter go everywhere, but then you're going to have to use a lot of glitter to make sure it gets in that aperture space there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm still going to go ahead and frame it out up here. But when I get here, I'm going to frame this side. I'm going to put a piece from here to here of foam. That way, that's where the glitter is going to be, in this area. Okay? And I could have just gone the whole length of the thing and then cut it down, but I went ahead and chopped it here. You just want to really make sure wherever you have any junctions that they're butted up together so that glitter doesn't get out of that space. Okay, and I'll be back. Okay guys, after framing everything out, I'm just going to take all the carriers off, and I'm just going to pop down a little bit of gold glitter here. It's sequins. Not too much. Again, you want it to shake. You don't want to put too much in there. And I'm just using this one, but you can do whatever you like. And I like to kind of spread them out a little bit just so that they're not piled up on top of each other. And then I'm just going to bring this over and look right down the center and hopefully have it lined up really well for the card front. And I always like to flip my cards over and push them from the back just to make sure everything's really good. And there's our little shaker. Aw, so cute. Okay, I do apologize. There's still some construction going on next door. So we have that little guy. We can pop this there. We can put it in his little hand. However is you want to do that. So I'm just going to glue him down. And then, since I have the dimension of the shaker, I'm just going to glue everything pretty much flat here. Just putting him on the little edge there. So cute. And then, I think what I'm going to do is take this yellow piece, because I have a little yellow piece left, and I'm going to stamp the You Are a Shining Star in it, just like that. I'll just use my stamp positioner and stamp that on there. And finish gluing this little guy down and his little star on the end of it, and the little star up in the corner. And we'll have our cute little card ready to go. Oh my goodness. I'm going to put this little guy up here, just happy, and then him with this little guy on the end of this little hook. Okay, guys, I have my little You Are a Shining Star. Just trimmed it down, put some dimensional adhesive on the back of it, and I think I'm going to put it like in here, and that'll be really sweet. Oh my gosh. And I might even add some of these little gold sequins here and there. Why not? So I'm just going to add a little glue here and there. I always like to just kind of something like that, maybe around the sentiment too. Just add a little something else. Really sweet. Thank you so much, LDRSCreative, for sending these items for review. I hope you guys like the tutorial. I have images for you, links in the description box, and I will see you guys at the next one. How sweet. Oh my goodness.